This is David Kerr with Ask Mando TV, and I'm at 2009 ARDA, and I have with me today Jim Perkins with Executive Quest. Hey Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, David?
Doing good, guy. So tell me a little bit about what Executive Quest does, and then tell us a little bit about what you see in 09, 010 in the market for folks.
Well, sure. Executive Quest is the premier search firm and headhunting firm for the timeshare and fractional industry. We find executives in sales and marketing, operations, legal, just whatever about you need. We do it domestically and internationally. And besides that, we're matchmakers for different vendors and different joint venture prospects for firms to get together and help each other succeed.
Jim, 2009 looks like it's going to be a tough year for some of our comrades out there in the industry. What suggestions, thoughts do you have for this year and the years coming up?
Well, what we've seen is the international companies are picking up some of the slack. Domestically, it's a little soft with a lot of the layoffs that have happened due to the hypothecation of paper issues. But internationally, they haven't had those problems. And we've been placing a number of good executives now down in Mexico and the Caribbean. And we find that talent that those resorts need that they couldn't get past are now very open to relocation. And it's helping both sides out.
Do you see anything, you mentioned the Caribbean, do you see anything going on in Canada? Then second part of that, do you see any little bit lower level management, association management kind of thing, opportunities?
Well, in Canada, Canada's a good stable market. The Canadian banks haven't had the problems the U.S. banks have had. And we have a nice little project coming into contract right now in Whistler, which we're very excited about. And that'll be 150 unit fractional at $170 million. And everything's pretty well in place, and it ought to be kicking off and breaking ground soon because it wants to be on the ground by the Olympics. So that's been a fun project to work on, and it will be to staff up for on that one. As for property associations, we really don't deal with a lot of property associations. We stick to the management of resort entities is our forte.
So, kind of a thought for our convention, for our conversation that we're having right now. I mean, what would you say? What can you say? Other than, I realize that there's some international hiring going on. Mm-hmm. In your sense of things, when you see it breaking, if you could comment on that, and what would you tell these folks? How do they get hooked up? How do they get connected to these guys?
Well, it'll break when consumer financing gets back on solid footing and availability to the industry. That's when the tide will turn. We like to guesstimate that that's going to happen sometime this summer. So we're hoping by the end of 2009 that the worm turns. What you saw as a sudden downturn will be, again, a sudden upturn. And it couldn't come soon enough. A lot of good people out there looking forward to that upturn.
Well, we need to communicate to our colleagues, my colleagues out there, your customer. How do I go about doing this? I mean, I know we know what you do. Tell us how to do it. How do we get hooked up with you?
Just go to our website, www.execq.com. Make sure your resume's in our database. So when we do have a position that fits your parameters, we email it out to you, make sure you're aware of it. And if you're interested in it, just let us know you're still available, and we'll be glad to present you as a candidate.
So it's as simple as going online, registering yourself, getting your data up there, your cover letters, your resumes, and those kinds of things.
That's it, because companies know we're the database and the human resource element for the industry. So when they need a good person and they want to choose from a good half dozen candidates, they know to give us a call and we'll supply them with what they need.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Well, it's a great service you guys are putting on. I thank you.
We look forward to helping as many people as possible.
All right.
Thank you.